Oh, good morning, everyone. It's Brenda over here at Blastworks, and another Sunday, another day to get my planner ready for the week coming up. I am so tired. I don't know why. Well, I probably do know why, but I'm not going to complain about it anymore because I've been complaining about it for the last few weeks. Let's just say I went out to the yard yesterday morning, 6:30 in the morning before the sun even came up. And by an hour later, I was sweating buckets. I had to go in the house, and I went out there to pull grass from where I want to plant some seeds in the back over by the artichokes. And I ended up not pulling grass. I ended up with a saw and cutting some branches and this tree I don't want that keeps growing up from the neighbor's side. I was just cutting roots and trying to pull up the roots from under the dirt. And oh my God, doing a little bit too much, I think, for an early Saturday morning. But anyway, it is Sunday, another new day. And today I have to go to work after I'm done here instead of the flea market. Boo. But it's because I was able to get hubby in for an appointment Monday morning. And Mondays are usually my busiest days at work. So I'll go in today and do whatever I can. Whatever I would do Monday morning, I'm going to do today. So yeah, so that's my plan. So I'll go in this morning instead of tomorrow morning. Okay, but here's July. July's done. We are done, right? This was last week. I just got to carry over the tasks that I did not complete onto this week's planner. And then I still need to fill out my journal card. I have not done that yet. So I'm going to put this over there. My center page, I showed you guys on the last video when I was making the August journal. But all I did was add COA. I added a couple of the newspapers from the Scrappy 8 challenge. There's one hanging out of the trash bin, and then the trash bin that I made out of an Amazon shopping bag. Again, I strategically cut it so that it looks like the trash is inside of this. And then I just added this little guy. He's just wondering what the heck's going on over here. And that's, I guess Koa is his brother. And that's it. So July is done. Yay. And then if you did see that video, then you saw August. Okay, so August is ready to go. This is from a poster from a Vincent exhibit that I went to years ago for my birthday. And they gave you a free poster and a sunflower. And I haven't done anything with the sunflower except for I took it apart the other day. And I don't know what I'm going to do with it. So we're working for this week, right? Yes, because today is the 2nd. And then I still need to put you somewhere. I've already put some stuff in the pockets. And this is week 1. So this is our page that we're going to be working on today. Ooh. Also, I've decided to do the Seek, Gather, Create challenge, which also starts today. And I'm going to use, because that's a weekly challenge, and I figured whatever I make can be my journal card. So that means I don't have a journal card yet to start the week, but because I don't fill it out until Saturday, I have all week to make it. So once I make, and I'll make a video of the make, because I usually do that for Seek, Gather, Create. So you'll see the journal card, and then I'll show it to you next Sunday. I'll show you the journal card that I made. So that's my thought on the journal card. So then all I need is a planner and just to decorate my pages with my trash. And then also it's a new month, so we have the Scrappy 8 challenge for the month of August, and the prompt is Scrappy 8. So I already kind of did a Scrappy 8 themed, I feel like it was by accident, but on my breaking news last month. So I don't know what I'm going to do. It doesn't have to be Scrappy 8. I think, we're the artists. We can do whatever we want, but it's just our interpretation. So Sonia, if you are doing that challenge, Sonia put a lot of good suggestions out, ideas out. If you follow her on Instagram, or she did post on YouTube some good ideas. So if you are kind of stuck, you can probably head over to her stuff and grab an idea, or at least get a head start that way. I'll just use Scrappy 8 as a jumping off point. Okay, so my trash. My trash is electrolyte drink mix. I just got these in for hubby. He has low blood pressure, so I figured, you know what, if he needs to raise it, what better way than just drink water with electrolytes, because it has sodium in it, and hopefully that will help raise it. I'm trying to, because he's on medication to raise the blood pressure. Well, the medication to raise the blood pressure is causing bladder issues, which is why we're going to the doctor tomorrow, is to see if there's any other issues that are affecting his bladder. Because I don't want to just say, oh, it's the medication. You know what I mean? I don't want to just jump to that conclusion. I feel like that has something to do with it. But in the meantime, but I do want him to get checked out. So that's what we're doing tomorrow. But I feel like if he just raises his blood pressure with this, maybe that'll help and he can ease up off of the prescriptions. Also, they're not working anyway, right? I mean, they are raising his blood pressure, granted. I mean, his blood pressure was very, very low before. So they are raising it. It is raising the blood pressure, but he's still dizzy when he's walking. He's not improving. Like now he's just got the same dizziness and the same walking capabilities as before. It's actually even progressively getting a little bit worse. But now he has it with high blood pressure. So, you know what I'm saying? So now he has another issue. He has high blood pressure. So I want to see if maybe this will help at least with the blood pressure, and then we can also, and bladder issues now. So yeah, it's a whole mess. Anyway, yes, I am kind of playing doctor, but I'm also wary of everything else going on. You know what I mean? I'm not going to just snag him off of that medication. I'm going to try to do it, ease it. You know what I mean? I just want to see if this does help with raising his blood pressure without having to take the midodrine or whatever. Anywho, so butter. All right, that's a neat package. I need to go buy some now. I just put I just opened this up and put the stick on the thing. I got some notes from work. I thought were funny. I gave Chris some tomatoes, so she left me a note that the tomatoes were delicious, and then also some notes on a job. And then I got this off of a mini watermelon the other day. It's a little sticker. This I just randomly found it in a drawer, and I was gonna toss it, to be honest, because I don't really use these kind of things. You know what I mean? And I was like, well, I'll just toss it. But then I realized this week I have a lot of ice cream. I got the handles, and then this is all together. This is this ice cream for bears. This was mine, and it was barista flavor because it was coffee chip French ice cream. So it was pretty good. The only thing I don't like when they put chocolate chips with the coffee is the chocolate chips take over, and I don't really taste the coffee as much. It's more chocolatey sweet than it is coffee. And this had really good ingredients. Like you know what everything is. So I really liked this brand. It's pretty good. One of those off brands. Get it at I got it at Lazy Acres. I think that's where we were. Yeah, I think we were at Lazy Acres when we got it. But yeah, so I'm gonna do that. So that's my trash, and then this I just got from work. I took one of these before when we get our Muzak type the CD that we have to change all the time. But it comes in this envelope. It's a pretty cool envelope because it has an opening there and then an opening there. Like for little things you can put in here, and then this one could be for bigger things. So I was thinking I might use this in the next journal for the front, you know what I mean? The front pocket, but I'm not sure yet. But I just took it just in case. So I'm going to put that over here on the side. Sorry, with a Dizzy Bird, which is going to be now September's journal cover since I didn't use it for August. Okay. So now I need to make my page. Like I said, I'm going to make a journal card later, so I just need the planner. So the planner could be either one of these. I don't have a lot of trash. I just have the ice cream, this, and then these little random bits. So I'm just going to cut these down and see which one I like better, and then which one will be for decoration or a pocket or something like that. And then I'll be quiet, just do the page, maybe do a voiceover talking about my week. Because if I talk while I do it, it may take too long, you know what I mean? And then the video will be too long. So I'm just going to make the page and then possibly do it. I don't know, where am I at now? We're already at 11 minutes. Yeah, I'll just do the page and then talk over it later. All right, so I decided to tell you guys the story about my spin out on the way to San Jose. So that was part of the song that my daughter had sent me for my birthday. And I had promised Lawrence that I would talk about it, and then I forgot to last week. So here we go. Anyway, so a lot of times we take a road trip, my kids and I, we would go to San Jose to visit my brothers and my mom. So, and I always get a rental car. So on the way, we were going through this one area where it was just farmland and, it's a very boring ride. And I was cruising at probably about 80 miles an hour. My oldest daughter, baby Huey, was in the back seat. She was pregnant at the time with Coconut. And my mini me was in the passenger seat as we were cruising along. So, like I said, we were going about 80, and there was a spot on my glasses. Okay, you guys know I'm a little OCD, a little weird. So there was like this spot on my glasses, and I could see it, and it was driving me crazy because it was kind of in my field of vision, kind of not. So I just kept with my eye, I just kept looking at it through my glasses. And next thing you know, I look up straight ahead, and there's a car in front of me, like I had come up onto a car that was looked like an old Mexican farmer dude, and he was driving like probably 20 miles an hour or whatever. So I was up on his butt so much that I had to swerve so I wouldn't run into the back of him. So I swerved to the left because we were in the right lane. I swerved to the left and I actually ended up in the median, where in between the two, like we were going north and then the south side was on the other side of the median. It was a wide median. It was luckily for me, it was very wide and it was all grassy, all flat. But I ended up over there and I ended up doing a few donuts. That's how much I spun out. So I did a few donuts going in the median just so I could avoid the little farmer man. And then we came to a stop, and I look up, and then all the cars on the going south had stopped to look, and all the ones going north were kind of like slowing down to look. And I just, just casually, like nothing happened, just drove right back up onto the northbound side and like carried on with my driving, like nothing ever happened. But when I did stop, my daughter Minnie Me, who was in the passenger seat, I mean, she didn't even look up. She was looking through a book of CDs at the time. That's how old it was, how long ago. But she was looking through a book of CDs. She didn't even look up, and she's like, couldn't you just put on the brakes, like all casual, and that's it. But while I was spinning out, I did look in my rear view mirror and I saw baby Huey. She was holding on for dear life. She was kind of like in the middle of the seat, and she had her arms up on the ceiling of, or the roof of the car, like holding on that way, like pressure. And she was just like, her eyes were popped out of her head, and she didn't scream or anything, but she was just like in for the ride, you know what I mean, or on for the ride. And yeah, so, but yeah, that was it. And so, I just casually got back onto like nothing happened. I'm like, okay, we're all okay, everything's okay, just, a little scare there. I did my donuts, I turned into the turn like I was supposed to, everything's fine. And then we get to San Jose, and my brother comes out because he's going to help us with the luggage. So he comes out and he walks down to the car, and I'm parked, and he picks this tumbleweed up off of my antenna that was in the back. And I didn't even know it was there. He picks it off of the antenna, and he just kind of looks at me, and this is Greg, and he's like, "Did y'all take a shortcut?" And I swear that is like the funniest line ever.
And we just crack up about it to this day. Luckily, no one was hurt. Luckily, the car was not damaged. Everything was fine. But yeah, so that's our spin out to San Jose. Yeah, but that's a funny story now. Now it's a funny story. At the time, it was kind of a little scary at the time, but everyone is okay. All right, so that's my story for today. Thank you, and carry on.
All right. Sorry, I don't know if if the sound got muffled in between all of that because I just found my microphone inside my shirt because I'm wearing a tank top and it's really flimsy, so the microphone doesn't really stick on there very well. But anyway, okay, so I think I'm done for now. Um, it's hard to get stuff to stick to this paper, which used to be my background desk protector. The paper itself is not the regular brown paper. This was kind of a different, thinner. I don't know what it was from, but it was like a really long sheet, like I said before, and it just feels different. It tears easily. Um, So, and I don't know if there's some kind of, it's probably just from using it, you can see shining. There's coatings and paints and everything on there. So that's probably why it's hard to stick to it. But hopefully these will stick down. I'll check on them later. If not, I will use the double sided tape like I did with this, which this is supposed to be ice cream now, in case that didn't come across. That's what it's supposed to be. Um, yeah, so this will be my planner. So I'm going to stamp Sunday through Saturday on here because I can write on this. It's a little roughed up, but that's okay. I can still write on it. My notes from work. And in case you're wondering why they ask me to go to the mailbox, because no one wants to walk all the way to the other end of the mall because our mailbox is literally on the opposite end of the mall, all the way down as far as you can go before you run into the next store until you run into the end store. Um, so yeah, and plus Jonathan is new to our location, so he probably doesn't even know where the mailbox is. So yeah, so that's why that he asked me to go check the mail. Got my watermelon sticker there. I use this as a pocket where my journal card will also go. I just kind of made this a pocket originally. It's too small. I know when I make my journal card, it's going to have to go in here. But I just thought I wouldn't glue this down. I would just keep it in here. You never know. In case one day I'm like, oh, you know what? I wish I had an ice cream stencil for this prompt or whatever. Well, then I have it. I just have to go and remember where I put it, and it is in here with the rest of the ice cream stuff. Um, and we almost finished the other peach ice cream. Well, hubby did, but he still has some in there. The one that he didn't really like that much, and I did taste it. And it's not that good. I didn't taste this one, so I'm going to go buy him a bigger bin or a bigger tub of this one, um, and I'll taste that one to see what that tastes like. But the other one wasn't that good. It was kind of salty peachy, and a kind of a fake peachy taste. Although I believe it was all natural ingredients, but still. Anywho, and I'm using this. I was just trying to reinforce this page. This, like I said, this is very thin, and I was hoping this would help reinforce it, which I think it will in the long term. So that's why that's there. But yeah, that's my page. And you know what? I think I got some eye stickers in. I didn't get these. I didn't go to Daiso yet, which I still want to get these because I really like the quality of these are way better than what I bought. But I did get some stickers in, and I think I need to find some eyeballs for my bear. And I was looking at it earlier. Uh, Either these, I think, or these. I like these because they have like little eyebrows. I think I'm going to use these. So let me see. And I don't know if I want to keep them together or cut them apart. What do you guys think? Should I just put them on there like that? Because we know the bear's eyes are supposed to be over here. So imagine if I had one there and one there. I don't know. I think it looks cute together. We'll just keep them together. Put them up here. And this will be our bears. I'm going to love this. I'm going to put eyes on everything, just so you know. Anything that needs eyes is going to have eyes. There we go. Done and done. And then, like I said, actually, I'm going to check for the prompts for Seek, Gather, Create and see if they're out before I upload this video. And then I'll insert them. I guess I'll insert it here. So these will be the prompts for Seek, Gather, Create week 1, which is the week that we're going into of August. And that will be my journal card for this week. And so that I'll work on that this week and hopefully have it uploaded by maybe Wednesday, Thursday, around that time, or Saturday the latest. So that'll be my journal card, and that's it. And I think I'm good, and I don't know if I'm going to edit over and tell you any stories for last week, because did I do even anything interesting last week? I don't think so. It just worked. I don't think any stories popped out. So what I'll probably do is tell you guys, because I forgot, I told Lawrence I would tell him the story about, because remember when my daughter made the song for me for my birthday? And inside the song, there's a part that's referenced the spin out on the way to San Jose. Yeah, so that's the story I think I will put over when I'm doing this. So you would have already heard the story now. So that's the story behind the spin out on the way to San Jose. It wasn't in the truck because the song talked about me moving her furniture in the truck, which I did from California to Texas, drove a U-Haul with all her stuff in it years after she had already been there. But then she got her a good apartment that she liked, settled. And so hubby and I drove all that way to bring her furniture. She was going to do it with me, but hubby didn't want us to do it by ourselves. So she came, she helped me load up the truck. And then I told her, you know what, you just fly back, and then hubby and I will bring you your furniture, which is what we did, which worked out great. So, and that also was years ago. And wow, time flies. But they had put the spin out to San Jose, made it sound like I spin out in the moving truck, which I did not. So, anywho, so that's that. All right, so this is it for the week. Now I'm going to get ready to go to work. Boo, but I got to do what I got to do. I'm lucky that I can manipulate my schedule at random and do what I need to do just to make doctor's appointments and all that kind of stuff work. I am very grateful for that, and for my boss for letting me do that. So boo, yes, I have to go to work, but thankful that I'm able to do that, because not everybody has a job that allows them to do last minute things like that. So I'll see you guys on the next video, which hopefully will be Seek, Gather, Create and or Scrappy 8, but I don't think it'll be Scrappy 8 because I still got to think about that one. But either way, love you guys for being here with me today, and as always, wait, don't leave yet, I forgot to spin or roll the dice for a color, because I think what I'm going to do is choose a color this month and find in either my trash or magazines or anything like that, scraps, find the color and just randomly put it in the center page, because this is a nice center page that needs like just a different color maybe added to it, and hopefully the color that we roll the dice hopefully complements this. This is my color list from before that you guys gave me the colors, and my makeshift dice, because I didn't have a dice. Is that right? Dice? I don't know. So let's roll it, see what color we're gonna get. 4. Is that a 4? Yes, that's 4. 4 is cantaloupe or peachy. I think that came from Kristen. So a peachy cantaloupe color. Let's see, how's that going to look? That's going to be hard to find. That's a hard color. But yeah, I think that'll work on here. It'll pop out a little bit. At least it's not like brown, because I would just hide it there. So, okay, so that's our color that we're going to try to find this month, is a peachy cantaloupe color. I would guess something like this maybe, although that looks kind of orangey, but yeah. I will do my best to find that color in my trash or in a magazines or whatever as I'm browsing through them. And even out in the wild, if I see a peachy cantaloupe, I will take a picture of it and try to, it's just that my printer doesn't print colors very well. It's a laser printer and it's not very vibrant, but I'll try. Because if I see something peachy or whatever, I'm going to have to, yeah. And not a peach or a cantaloupe. I won't take the easy route. Okay, guys, that's it. Back to our scheduled program. And I'll see y'all later, okay? Have a great week, everyone. Tschüss.